Yo, it's official. Like a referee with a whistle. So like and share this episode. So what's going on in this crazy, wacky world that we live in today? You know, there's a lot going on. But, we focus on what we can control. And we don't really worry about things that we can't control. That's a good idea. You did. So, it's been a couple days. It's been a minute since I've done a live, you know. But I get questions from time to time, and I think the latest thing is people talking about Diddy. About this Diddy, he ain't getting no. They didn't grant Diddy no bail. God damn! They're treating Diddy like he's a damn serial killer, some shit like that. Motherfucker can't get bail, man. It's rough out in these streets, man. I'm telling you, shit. But shit happens. In this world that we live in, there's different levels to this shit. I always say that. You know, a lot of us, we live in a bubble. When I say a lot of us live in a bubble, that means that some of us have unique experiences that others might not have. That's what I mean when I say a lot of us live in a bubble. Like, for example, some of the experiences you have with women, I've never had before. I never had those type of problems before. You know what I'm saying? Like I never had. I'll give you an example. I don't think I've ever had bad sex with a woman before. Like I can't even remember the last time that happened, if ever. I never got the lazy suck. I don't. I can't even remember that ever happening. I never had a girl tell me I got a headache. That's what I mean when I say some of us live in a bubble. I can't even relate to that. I can't wrap my mind around that. If a girl told me she had a headache and I knew she wasn't sick or ill, I'd be like, okay, you just got a fucking headache. All right, I'm going to the next bitch, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's like I can't even relate to that shit because it ain't never happened to me before. What the most of the women that I talk to and spend most of my time around, man, they roll out the red carpet for me when I come around, bro. I ain't. It's not like I don't really know what to say. Sometimes I'm like, that shit ain't never happened to me, and I would never even tolerate that type of treatment. Now, have I had some wow and wacky experiences with women? Yeah, some. Because unfortunately, a lot of women are kind of loose. When I say loose, I ain't necessarily talking about like physically. She's sleeping. She's smashing a bunch of guys. It goes beyond just a physical thing. It's mentally. Now, there's some girls, unfortunately, have mental health issues. And my job, well, It's not my job or your job, unless you're a psychologist. It's not our job to try to fix them, try to get them right and save them. Now, you can try to get them some help, but it ain't my job to save her if she got mental health issues. You know, that's way above my head. You know, I don't even want to be a psychologist. I don't even want to. I never wanted to do that. Get in that line of work in the first place. But I remember years ago. This is probably I talk to a lot of women all the time. Like every week. I talk to a bunch of women, and I've been talking to a bunch of women. I meet most of them online or at some type of event or something like that. But I keep in contact through the years, right? Well, this one girl, I think she was from Ghana or maybe Nigeria, one of them countries. I think she's from Ghana, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't, because a lot of them, they hit me in the DMs. They say, hey, hi, how you doing? Blah, 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 this and that every once in a while. But I think she's from Ghana, but I don't think she live in Ghana. I think she might have moved someplace else to some other country, right? So a couple of years ago, she said, hey, I need a favor. So I said, oh, okay. What's up? She said, she lost her job. She gave me a sob story. I lost my job and, I'm behind on rent 2 months. And not only she said she behind on rent for 2 months, she ain't got paid from her job in 2 months. I said, what? How do you not get paid on your job for 2 months? I mean, like, if that's the case, you ain't got. I wouldn't even claim to be working at a place that ain't paid me for 2 months. So I thought that was kind of strange, right? And so she said basically she needs money, right, to pay her bills and pay rent and all this and that. And I said, yo, I can't help you. I paid hella money out this month. You caught me at a bad time. I can't afford to be giving you or anybody any money. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, oh, okay. I understand or whatever, right? So a couple of days go by and she comes back and said, well, how much can you give? If you can't give the amount that I want, well, how much can you give, right? Because I think the first time she came through and she said she needed like $1,000. I said, no, that's why I was like, no, I can't do that, right? So the second time she came through and said, just give me like $30. So I said, all right, all right, cool. I get it. I can do that. I give you $30. You know what I'm saying? You know, no, not a big deal. Like I said, I've been knowing her for a while, and she's actually made me money over the years. So I wasn't really tripping, right? All right, cool. Gave her $30, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything work out. You know, uh, probably 2-3 weeks later, she comes back again and was like, hey, I need your help again, right? I said, oh, hold up now. Shit, you going too far now. This is what I'm thinking, right? So she said, yo, can you give me $100? Right? I said, no, I can't do that. No. Then she wrote a long ass email, basically going through the sob story. And she said, can you give me $100 every day? I said, what? Now, first I thought it was a typo, right? So I said, hey, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You want me to give you $100 each day of the week? So, so I sent her the message. She sent back. She said, yeah. I said, ain't no damn way I'm doing that shit. And I said, I'm not really, I can't really afford to be doing that anyway. And even if I could afford to do it, I still wouldn't do it. Are you okay? I'm thinking she got some type of mental problem. Because I mean, why the fuck would I do something like that? It's not like we ain't we ain't together. We ain't in. I mean, I barely know. I don't even know you that well. I only seen you one time. Like, I mean, we talked a couple times. Yeah, okay, but I'm thinking like, what the fuck is wrong? Is this chick is okay? Are there guys out here that give women money like that? I don't know. I ain't never done it before. So I'm thinking either guys are giving the money away like that, or this woman has lost her goddamn mind. That's what I'm thinking. Now, maybe I was naive. I don't know. But I said before, I don't be giving women money. I don't be giving people money like that. I don't be giving women money like that. Because I already know 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna get it back. There's a good chance you ain't gonna get the money back. Because a lot of women feel like, well, if you claim you like me or love me, or she gave you the cooch at some point, she shouldn't have to give it back. She shouldn't have to give you the money back. A lot of women feel this way. They might not say it, but a lot of them feel that way. They feel like, well, I didn't know I had to give it back. Well, yeah, I need the money back. That's not the agreement we had. So somewhere might be, they might give it back and they get upset. Okay, here it is. I'm like, okay, So to avoid those situations, I won't even lend the money out at all. I don't, I just don't want to be involved with people that have that mentality. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. So after getting to know this woman better, I realized, man, that she's a little off. Something ain't right. And then I realized that she told me her parents died. Both her parents died all of a sudden. They got sick and died. And she had to take care of her younger sister and brother. She got 2 brothers and 1 sister. She had to take care of them because she's the oldest. And I was like, oh, this bitch basically lost her fucking mind. And then she told me that she had a boyfriend, but the boyfriend ended up leaving her and fucked her best friend. Fuck. God damn. The boyfriend left her and smashed her best friend. I said, oh shit. So I'm like, this broad, she fucking mentally gone. I think. At first I thought it was like I thought she was just trolling. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was just trolling. I'm like, I don't know, man. But he said, Marcus, like $100 a day, 700 a week. She bugging. I can see 200 a week, but damn, what the fuck? That's if it was my girl or wife. Exactly. That's exactly how I think, Marcus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that broad was like, hey, give me $100 a day. I was like, what? I'm like, why would I do something like that? You mouse well. I said, you sound like you need a job. You need another job. That's what you need. And I don't have a job for you. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of women out here, man, that have struggles with mental health. If you pay attention to how they act, some of the stuff they say, you be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this broad? I mean, out of the blue, they'll say some shit. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, she ain't never said no shit like that before. So I'm thinking something had to have happened that brought this kind of this type of talk to me all of a sudden. Because most every time I talked to her, seen her, she was always cordial, in a good mood, good spirits, or whatever. But a lot of times when people go through shit, they become desperate, and some people, they can't handle what comes along with struggling financially, trying to take care themselves or their relatives. So some people just lose their fucking minds, man. I've seen and I've known people personally that have went through this type of shit. There's a lot of women out here that's losing their fucking minds, man. That's what I'm trying to say. And I feel for them, but like I said, I ain't no psychologist. That ain't my job to fix a woman that have mental health issues. It ain't your job either, unless you're a psychologist. It's like I said. Best you can do is try to get her some help. If you want to, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a woman that be running. I know a girl that her parents died. I think her mom died. And when her mom died, man, she turned into a fucking monster. For real. She turned into a fucking monster. She turned into a different person. Man, she started running through guys like she was on a fucking racetrack or some shit. She took on a entirely different personality when her mom passed away. For 6 months, I swear I seen her with at least 80 dudes within a 6 months time frame. And there's a good chance she fucked all them 80 dudes within a 6 months time frame. So I'm like, yo, and, I had to tell her, I said, yo, you tripping, yo, since your mom passed away. And see, I understand how that shit is when your parents passed away, because my parents passed away and I was depressed, and I told her what my parents would have probably told me. They probably wouldn't want you to act like that if they were living. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't want you running through guys like that or getting drunk and high and all that shit. And she was like that. She was in that little depression, really, funk for like probably 2 years. I mean, she was running through dudes, bringing them home, random dudes at home, and she got kid. She had a kid at the time. Well, the kid is an adult now. It was a boy at the time. But I've seen how the mental health problems can turn motherfuckers into monsters, yo. I mean, they just get to drinking and then getting smoking the weed and sniffing the cocaine or popping pills and all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen on more than one occasion. It happened to me, but the only difference with me is, see, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do shit. I was just in the bed or laying around. I stayed home. I didn't really want to talk to nobody. I went out outside wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Because I just know that I knew that I didn't want to do that shit. I didn't want to go out like that. But there's some women that can't take on that type of pressure. A lot of women can't do it. There's some guys that can't do it. Hell. This is why you have a lot of women that burn out on their jobs, because they're under so much stress on their job. You know, if you catch them at the right time, when they say they all stressed out and shit, you can get them likely to do almost any goddamn thing. And once they get past that pressure and stress and depression, once they get past that, and you might see them once they, become, like a brand new person, basically. If you see them, they won't even look at you the same. It won't be, because, when she was depressed and drinking and smoking and getting high and all that shit, man, you were fucking her to death. But when she becomes sober and in her right state of mind, she ain't really feeling you no more. She ain't feeling you no more. And that tells you that woman was going through some shit, whether you knew it or not at the time. So that's what I mean when I say loose women. It ain't just a physical thing. It starts in the mind. But your job is that ain't your job to fix her. You know what I'm saying? That's not your job. And another thing you have to understand about a loose woman, when they're, going through whatever they're going through mentally, they don't really care about anybody. They don't only person they thinking about is themselves. They can't really cater and nurture to you, and they don't really care. They just focus on themselves. So whatever she does with you is more of she's doing it because it makes her feel better about herself. It ain't really about you. It's really about her, because that's what she wants to do at the time. That's fun. That's like a party. It's like using drugs. So while you got her all bent over, you think, boy, I'm knocking this shit out the park, boy. but she's getting more out of that than you, whether you know it or not. Really. And that shit ain't gonna last long. Cause soon as she gets out of that funk, goes through that phase, and hopefully she end up on the other side out of that depression and deal with that, whatever that mental mindset stems from, that shit is gonna be over. You ain't gonna be hitting that out the park no more. That shit gonna be over. There's a good chance it's gonna be over. I've seen it happen. I had it happen to me. You know, but the only difference is I knew what was going on. After the fact, I understood why she acted that way. You know, now she might like you. Of course, she'll still like you, but it ain't gonna be the same. It ain't gonna be the same because she's in her right state of mind. When she was in her, when she wasn't in when she wasn't in her right mind. Now you might say, well, she wasn't in her right mind when I met her. Did she really like me? Maybe so. But she probably wasn't really attracted to you like that as much as you think. It was more of she just wanted to have a good time. She just wanted to release some stress. She just used you, basically. You got used. You served your purpose at that time. You helped her get through whatever she was going through, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And just take it for what it is and move on. That's what I did. You know, that's what I did, man. You know, now, if you're the type of guy that this woman has mental health issues, but you looking at her like, hey, what about that ass though? That ass is big, right? What that ass is big. Ooh wee, damn, she got a fatty, right? Now, if you know this woman have some type of mental health issues, and you be like, hey, I know she's crazy as cat shit, but I'm gonna try to get that pussy. Now, if that's the case, now you're being a predator now, because you know she's crazy as cat shit. You know she's going through something, but you be like, oh, she look good, man, look good, smell good, and that ass is round, and man, I know she want it. Well, now you're being a predator now. You know, that's yeah. See, I disagree with that. I disagree with that type of shit. You know, I don't want to be around anybody that's mentally not in a good place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just don't want to be around a woman like that. A man or woman. I want to be around people that with good vibes. We're on the same page. We're getting to know each other. We have a good time whenever we meet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around anybody that's a psychopath or sociopath or someone that's dealing with some type of mental health issues. And I know about it. I don't want to be around anybody like that. because I'm at a point where I just like being around people with good vibes. Life is short, man. Life is short, man. Shit goes by fast. I don't want to waste my time with people that's not in a good headspace. You know what I'm saying? Cause if someone is not in a good place, they're not thinking straight. They're not thinking straight. And if you was to somehow get this woman pregnant, boy, you gonna catch hell if you get a woman that's not in a good headspace pregnant. Boy, you gonna catch hell because yeah, she not thinking. She's already going through some type of mental health problems, and you gonna get her pregnant? Oh God, that's like a fucking nightmare. You know that ain't gonna end well. And the only person that's going to suffer is the kid, the baby. You know, she gonna use that goddamn kid against your ass every chance she get. Now she's gonna even be even more depressed because now she got a newborn baby that she ain't really prepared for because she's mentally unstable. I mean, she wasn't in the right headspace before the damn baby came along. She was already fucked up mentally. And now you got her pregnant. Boy, you shit up now. You might as well, I don't know. You're fucked up now. You're fucked up now, boy. you think you having a hard time now? Shit. I don't. A lot of hood chicks have mental health issues. See, the hood will fuck a man and a woman up. The hood will turn people into monsters. The hood will have people not being developed as they should because there's so much shit and chaos going on around them. They can't fully develop. It's damn near impossible. How the hell are you going to develop if you got to watch your back all the time? When you go to school, when you get off the bus, or when you go to school, you got to watch your back all the time. Every time you walk outside, you got to watch your back. Some kids is trying to jump you at school. Some kids is trying to jump you in the neighborhood. There's drugs and everywhere. There's drive-bys. There's people robbing and stealing. How do you develop around all that chaos? You can't. You can't. And a lot of girls grow up in those environments, and even when they hit adulthood, even when they get past 18, they become adults, and they start to prostitute themselves. It's like I call it passive prostitution, kind of. It's like they'll use their body to get what they want in the hood because it's like they ain't got shit. They ain't got nothing else. The, the money's fucked up. So a young girl is looking like shit. I gotta use what I got until I can do better. And if I gotta give him a little pussy, well, so be it. You know, because she ain't really got nothing to work with. So it's kind of like I'll just take a few drinks or smoke a little weed and get in another state of mind, and it probably won't be so bad because she don't like the dude. She don't like that. She don't like that dude. But if she's high or drunk enough, had enough drink, she can go through with it. And she might do it the first time, and then the second time is not so bad, and the fifth and 10th and 20th time it ain't shit. She's all numb to it. It's like natural. Once you do it like 20 times or the 10th time, it's kind of natural. This is what she do to get ahead in life in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And if she ain't out of the hood by the age of 30, that shit becomes a lifestyle for her. You know, that becomes a lifestyle for her if she ain't out of the hood by the age of 30. You know, and even if she does manage to leave the hood in the 30s, that woman gonna be so fucked up mentally, she gonna have to do a mental detox. She might have to go see a psychologist to get past all the chaos and that bitch gonna have PTSD because she done fuck all them dudes that she didn't like, but in her mind she's doing it because she's trying to get out the hood. She's trying to do better. She wanted to go somewhere, but the guys that she was fucking with, they couldn't do nothing to help her regardless. But she was so naive, she don't know no better. She's thinking that these guys are going somewhere. But that wasn't the case. So if a square dude was to walk up to her and approach her one day at the grocery store or some shit like that, or at the park, or at the mall, man, she's so fucked up mentally, she wouldn't even take the dude serious. He wouldn't even take the dude serious. She'd be like, oh, he's bored. He's a square. He's acting like a white man. It'll be that type of shit, that type of response. And that's because she got so much baggage. She never detoxed mentally. She never really got past all the shit she went through growing up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? She never got past it. I mean, she didn't know how to get past it. Someone has to show you how to get past that shit. And they not only have to tell you, they have to show you how to do that shit. That's why I say the hood is the worst shit ever for a man, for a girl and a boy to grow up in. It destroys motherfuckers, man. I didn't grow up in the hood, but I've been to many hoods in America. I mean, some of these neighborhoods are raggedy like a motherfucker. It's toe up to the flow up. I mean, how the fuck you live in some of these houses in the hood, in some of these projects in the hood? How the fuck a motherfucker live in this shit? This shithole, that's what it really is. I'm like, God damn, you from here? Because I used to go to I used to go with some of my boys back home. And they used to take me where they're from. I said, you grew up in this raggedy motherfucker? Damn. I'm sorry you went through this shit, bro. Damn. So I've been to plenty of hoods in America. You got the crooked cops running around, harassing motherfuckers, beating motherfuckers up, killing motherfuckers, and taking them to jail. If they don't kill them, you got to deal with that shit too. If you stay in the hood. Shit. Those are the cards that some people were dealt. They grew up in that shit. They were born into it. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's why a lot of guys start selling dope. That's why a lot of women start selling dope and that grow up in the hood. Because they realize nobody gives a fuck. Nobody coming to save them. So it don't even matter if they go to jail. It doesn't matter if I go to jail. Because they know that if they don't do something, ain't nothing gonna change. That's the reality, because nobody gives a fuck about anybody in the hood. That's the truth. You know? Yeah, I've seen hood girls act wild even with kids and newborns. The hood breaks people. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the hood will turn a nice girl into a fucking. You be like, this is a renegade hoe. This bitch is telling you, hey, don't waste my fucking time. I'm about my business. That's what a hood will do to a nice, shy, naive girl. She a nice girl growing up, ain't never bothered nobody. She was, naive and young, and she did all her schoolwork growing up until she hit about the age of 15, and this bitch turned into something else. You'd be like, what the fuck wrong with this bitch? This bitch drink, smoke, do everything now at the age of 15. Well, she didn't grow up like that. She grew up, she had all A's until she hit 14. Now she got all F's. All F's and 2 D's. You went from an A student to an F student in 2 years. That's what the hood does to you. Now she drinks, smoke, get high, and even smoke crack. That's what the hood does to you, bro. She started off selling dope. Now the bitch using dope. By the time she turned 20 years old, she a full-blown crackhead. She on the corner sucking dick for rocks. That's what the hood does to you, bro. And every guy knows a girl that turned out like that. She grew up, she was a square girl, a good girl too. She was, she was a girl that everybody liked. Now look at her today, a full-blown dope fiend at 28 years old. You like, damn, that's old girl right there? Yeah, man, she's fucked up out there, bro. Damn, cracked out. I'm telling you, bro. The hood ain't shit, man. I'm telling you. It's sad. But you know what? It ain't your job to fix them. You get them some help if you want, if you care about them, but it ain't your job to fix them. That's above your level of expertise. I know it is mine. And you know the crazy thing about a drug habit, especially a crack habit, I seen one person break that shit. I seen one person break the crack habit. I don't know a lot of people that stop smoking the crack. I know people that went for years clean and they relapse. I only know one person that quit and never went back to that shit. Boy, that crack is that crack is a hell of a that crack cocaine is a hell of a drug, boy. I'm telling you. Just say no. Well, you might hit that shit one time, you fuck for life. I'm telling you, bro. That's why I would never date a girl or even take a girl seriously if I found out she had a drug habit. If I find out a girl does drugs or used to do drugs, I ain't fucking with her no more. I'll cut her off immediately. I'll cut her off immediately. Now she said, "Hey man, I've been clean for 5-10 years. Hey, God bless you. But there's a good chance she can relapse. And I don't want to be around if there's a possibility for that to happen. I don't want to be around for that shit. I do not want to be around for that shit." And she might never relapse. But I don't want to take the risk. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to take the risk. Now, you might have two people together that used to get high and they quit. Well, God bless them. Let them stay together. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never used drugs. So that, I can't relate. I can't relate. Yeah. There's certain things, certain activities I just don't want to be around. I'd rather just stay away. Period. And so there's a lot of women out here that are loose. They're liable to do almost anything. And you have to, if you know what to look for, the signs are there. When you first meet somebody, and they asking you for money early. They especially online. Online, women ask for dudes for money all the time. This is kind of common today. Yeah. It's like the signs are there in the beginning. We just choose to not acknowledge them. The signs are there. And one other thing, if a girl gets stressed out, how does she act? Is she one of those girls that when she gets stressed out, she mad at everybody, including you? You try to talk to the bitch when she's stressed out because you're trying to figure out what's going on. Why is she so stressed out? Why is she so angry? She cursing everybody out, including you. She don't want to hear shit you got to say or nobody else has to say when she stressed out. Is she one of those type? That's a red flag. That's a red flag for me. She one of them types that's mad at everybody when she get angry or stressed out or when something's bothering her. She's mad at everybody, including you. Now I'll fall back from that. I don't want no parts of that. She ain't for me. She ain't for me. And you got the other type on the other side. Is she one of those girls that say yes to everything? Yes, dear. Yes, sweetheart. She said yes to everything. But as soon as you leave, she's doing something else. You know, you got to be careful with that too now. Because you don't want somebody to say yes to everything or agrees with everything. But at the same time, you don't want somebody that's combative, that challenge you for every goddamn thing. There's a balance there. You know what I'm saying? Just ain't nobody on this planet, man or woman, agrees with every goddamn thing you say and do. If you believe that, I got a bridge you can jump off in Brooklyn. If you think every man and every woman agrees with everything you say and do, I got a bridge you can jump off in Brooklyn. That's in a fantasy world. I ain't never met a bitch like that. Where that bitch at? Where's she from? Agree with everything I say and do? Shit. That's in a fantasy world. And she might say yes to everything. And when you leave, she's doing something else. She's on some other type of time. That's a red flag, too. That's a red flag. You know. And then you got some women, they ask for too much. Every time you talk to them, something going on. You know them types of girls. Every guy know a girl, I call them the bad luck girl. The bad luck girl, shit ain't never gonna go right for her. This broad has always got some type of problems. I'm like, this is a bad luck broad right here, boy. Nothing goes right. Even if you help her, it still ain't gonna go right. I'm like, this bitch is just a failure in life. You're like, this bitch is no good. She can have all the support in the world, and she still blow it. You be like, what the hell? This broad is a bad luck. You get away from that. Get away from that. And see what she done made hella bad decisions, and she got a broken spirit. That's what some people say. That's what I say. She got a broken spirit. You know, and 9 times out of 10, something happened to her before you met her. Something happened to her a long time ago, and she never dealt with it. And she'll just keep going in and out of relationships. You just keep running through guys, and she thinks it's the guy's fault that she can't keep a relationship. You know, her relationships is so bad. Certain guys don't even want to fuck her. That's how much bad luck she has. And this type of girl, when she gets old, it's a wrap. When she lose her looks, it's a wrap for her. Because that's all she really got. That's all these types of women, that's all they really have is their looks. That's how they get the guy's attention. But when she starts talking, it's downhill from there. Because she got to ask the guy for something. You know, it's just like, because she's a bad luck broad. She's a bad luck broad. and she wants you to stand there and take it. Yeah, and she always wants you to she always wants somebody else to clean up the mess she made. That's the bad luck broad. And she always thinks it's everybody else's fault. It's just she always thinks it's everybody else's fault. And she'll meet a guy with a good, solid reputation in the town, in the city, or amongst the people that he know, right? And she'll try to assassinate his character. She'll lie and say, oh, he beat me up, or he raped me, or some old crazy claim, right? And people will be looking at that guy like, what? No, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe I know he talks shit, but I don't think he'll beat or rape a bitch. That bitch lying. But see, she'll do that shit to assassinate his character because he won't do what she wants him to do. That's what it really comes down to. That's what it really comes down to. See, she thinks that she can play the white woman's game. Oh, he raped me or whatever, that type of shit. But it don't work that way. There's some people, and I'm one of those people. I have such a good reputation around out in these streets amongst people I know all over the country. Hell, all over the world. I know people all over the world. I have such a good reputation with people. If someone even mentioned that I've committed any type of crime, any bullshit, people would question that shit immediately. They would be like, I don't know about that. He might whip somebody's ass or curse somebody out, but I don't know if he'd do that. I don't know if he'd go that far. You know what I'm saying? I got a reputation like that, where people can't just say anything and everybody's gonna believe the shit. And see, these types of women, that's why I call them loose. They're mentally loose, you know, and they're liable to do anything and say anything. And the best thing you can do is plan to get the fuck away from them. They're going to, at some point, they're going to do something, and you're probably not going to respond in a way that's in your best interest. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how it go. I know one girl that won't get her act together, hopping job to job, quick to find a boyfriend for the night, a quick cash, state help, motel to motel. It's wild how she keeps getting away with it. Yeah, she get away with it because she knows how to manipulate guys. And she's probably a halfway decent looking girl. So she can get away with it. And she probably has a big ass. When guys, let me tell you something. When a lot of guys see a girl with a nice ass, boy, that does something to us. It does something to me too. But the only difference between me and most guys, I have enough discipline to catch myself. When I see a big ass, yeah, it does something to me too. I have enough discipline to catch myself, though. That's the difference between me and a lot of guys, especially a young guy. A guy in the 20s, man, we ain't got no damn discipline in the 20s. This damn girl might be crazy as cat shit. In the 20s. That's all it takes. She might be crazy. She might be talking crazy, all kind of shit. But what about that ass, though? They be like, I'm about to fuck that tonight. So a lot of guys will put up with the nonsense, but it ain't really worth it. It ain't really worth the hassle. It ain't really worth the hassle. That ass is giving you a bunch of problems. You can get a girl with a half ass, a little bitty ass with a nice attitude that's gonna support and build, and y'all can build together. It ain't really worth it. And once you get older, hopefully you be like, man, I already know what that is. You see the same girls when you get older. 30s, 40s, 50s. You see the same type of girls with that ass. But you already know what it is. When you see it, when you see that woman, you already know what it is. So then you fall back. Hopefully, if you gotten wiser or smarter, you fall back and be like, nah, I'll pass. You know what I'm saying? But when you was in your 20s, you know, you didn't know no better. You didn't have enough discipline when you were in the 20s. Shit, I know I didn't. When I saw that big ass in the 20s, I hit that. I spit for a couple minutes, get the phone number. Later on that night or the next day, I'm smashing. That's how I was in the 20s. Maybe you're different than I was. And sometimes maybe that's a good thing you're different than I was. But as I've gotten older, I'm much more smarter and much more disciplined now. I see big asses all the time. I know plenty of women with big asses and nice asses. But if they don't have the right mindset, I ain't fucking with them. I ain't fucking with them. They don't have the right mindset. I don't really got much to say. You know, a lot of that shit that women used to say to me when I was in the 20s, that shit don't work today. That shit don't work on me today. I don't even respond to that shit. Sometimes I might smile and laugh, but it don't work. I'd be like, I say, hey, that ain't that type of party over here, sweetheart. And she'll move on and go someplace else. Because I didn't respond the way she wanted to. That shit ain't gonna work. You gotta use that shit on somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So hey, man, it is what it is. So like and share this episode, and don't forget to hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App on your screen. It's Sharp Game ATL, baby. Hit the Cash App, baby. If you like what I was spitting here tonight, I'm spitting the gospel. Even if you hear the playback, hit the Cash App. I'm spitting what I'm spitting tonight. You probably ain't never heard nobody talk like this before. You probably never heard nobody talk like this before. And you won't. You know why? Because they haven't lived long enough. And you want to know why? Because they don't have the experience. That's why. I didn't know what I know now when I was in the 20s. I didn't. You did. So, hey, like, share. Don't forget to hit the Cash App on your way out. Till next time, I'm out.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the sky and that I like. Hair from Cali, I live in the valley. They look sexy.